It is not just our heroes' children who need our help. Lots of others in the country need it as well. Longtime volunteer Harvard Uy de Baron saw this need, therefore creating a platform on how an ordinary person who wants to help and be a hero to the children.
Today's going to be a special day because we're going to fly kites, and we're just right now waiting for the winds to come so that the kids can fly their kites really well. Change does start with ourselves. The desire for change in the lives of other people, including yourself, starts with you. So if we want to say the future generation needs your help, it has to start with ourselves. My name is Kuya Harvard. I'm from You Happy Events. I grew up with quite a lot of siblings. It was quite playful at home. And I've always been fond of children, playing with my classmates. And of course, when I see babies or young kids, it's always been a nice opportunity to reach out to them. It started when I was 17. I was part of this group called Lasallian Youth Commission, who reaches out to street children. So that was the first of many follow-ups right after that. Naglaylo yung interest after high school. It went back when I started getting invites from friends to join their outreach activities. And normally this will happen on Christmas or Christmas season. The following year, I get more involved until I said, if I want to do more of this, I have to be able to establish something. Whenever I'm in the outreach programs, I see the opportunity that I can do. At the same time, the people around me and how they can contribute as well to the bigger picture. We all have that compassion, and my exposures through the years somehow intensified it. So sabi ko, gawa tayo ng group so that we can do more. Well, You Happy Events is a platform for sponsors and volunteers to reach out to children. I realized that my efforts were so tiny compared to what others can do together. Because sometimes people don't want to do something on their own. And so a platform made sense because now I can activate more people by us assisting them in doing outreach for others. You know, our setup of bridging two components together is a unique setup. It's like brokering a business deal, but in this case, you're actually brokering an event for kids. We didn't know it was going to be effective because before we actually didn't ask for sponsors because we did it ourselves. And then eventually it evolved to people asking, I want to do it myself, can you help me? Our very first major project with You Happy Events was in February of 2007. We brought 100 children to Museum Pambata and then went to Luneta for other activities. We've done almost 800 events in 10 years, and we've established somehow a system and a flow of events to make sure that every goal that we have is fulfilled. It's more frequent now. In 2006, we had 4 events, and this year we had 96. There has been a progress of the number of activities we've done through the years. Finding our beneficiaries, there are different ways. Sometimes the sponsors request for a particular NGO, and we start discussing with them. Sometimes an NGO reaches out to us and hoping that we can partner them with sponsors. So it's either the sponsor or the beneficiary starts a relationship with us. And from there, we continue that program that we have with them. So how do we get volunteers? We use a lot of online presence. There is always a story behind why they're sponsoring an event. There was one particular sponsor who was a cancer survivor. And she particularly requested to have an event with cancer patients because of how much she can relate to the children. And that's why she picked that. We almost do like 20 events per month last year. On a peak Saturday, we were doing 6. And I would attend 3 straight from morning till night, traveling from one end to another. At the end of every day, I say to myself, I don't want to do this anymore. It's too tiring. But whenever I remember the purpose of why I'm doing it, then I always get energized and say, I'll take the rest next time. For now, there's a demand. I have to do this. When kids are grateful, that's our sort of return. That's our payment. Yes, we tell people that volunteerism requires you not to expect anything in return, but it does actually return to you a lot. When we feel gratefulness or when we feel good, it's actually a response to what we did. The goal at the start, before putting up You Happy Events, was to be a catalyst, was to be part of a solution, and hopefully come up with something that will engage more people to participate in reaching out to children. Somehow we're just touching the surface and actually coming to a trend and motivating others to do the same. Our goal is to activate each person to do what You Happy Events is doing, where people can actually just copy our format. Because what we're doing is no secret. Everything that we do is published online, and we share them what we've done. My message to the children, we've reached out to thousands of children through the years, is when you grow up, don't forget the people who help you along the way. And in response, let's help other people also. There's always a way to participate in reaching out to children. So here are some of my ideas that I've been accumulating all these years. When I wake up every morning, just want to be reminded that I am a volunteer. Being a hero should not be the goal, but changing the life of someone is. So if you've done that to another person, then you can be a hero. You don't need to be dead to become a hero.
Heroes come in all shapes and sizes. You don't need superpowers and a costume to be one. Sometimes, all it takes is the drive to help change lives. Anybody can be a hero, even you. I'm Joyce Ilas. Join us again next week as we tell more stories that inform and inspire.